focus of this training module is to provide instructions for successful kiln loading and firing. When loading your kiln, it is important to remember the following guidelines. You want to make sure the ware is completely dry before loading. Also, maintain proper clearances. You'll want to be 2 inches from the lid, 1 inch from the kiln walls, at least 1 inch from the bottom, and 2 inches away from the thermocouple. Plan each load according to the number of pieces you are firing. Spread the mass uniformly throughout the kiln. For example, if you have 5 pieces, put 2 on the bottom, 2 in the middle, and 1 on the top. In other words, spread them out. You also want to make sure every piece has line of sight to an element. When using half shelves, leave a 1/4 inch gap between them if they are side by side and stagger them whenever possible. Color Me Mine Color fires to shelf cone 06. Use self-supporting pyrometric cones to monitor the results of the firing. Using cones will help determine if the elements and electronic controller are working properly. It is recommended to use a cone 06 self-supporting cone on each level of the kiln at least once a month. When loading the kiln, it is best to load medium-sized pieces in first, near the bottom, for example, cups and cereal bowls. The middle of the kiln is the best section to load plates and platters or large flat items. The top is best loaded with medium to large pieces. This method allows efficient heat distribution by having areas at the top and the bottom of the kiln to be somewhat open and focuses heat where the majority of the kiln furniture is, in the middle. The even heat distribution allows the kiln to fire properly when using the factory default settings of desired cone. Overriding factory default settings to increase temperature can help cause glaze starvation or bleeding of dark colors. Always load taller pieces toward the center per shelf and shorter pieces closer to the elements. This is often referred to as dome the load, or load in the shape of a Christmas tree. Each piece should have line of sight exposure from the elements. Now that your kiln is loaded properly, fire to shelf cone 06.